Welcome to another exciting edition of $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And for those of you new to the channel, we try every Saturday as best we can to present you some BOLOs, things that you can find out there, a little bit of discussion about why we listed them, how we picked them up, a bit of a story, what to look for when you're out there, because you may be able to find these kind of things. I'm Papergoy, and I tend to pick up my things at estate sales and flea markets, garage sales, and all that kind of thing. So the things that I have, that's where I tended to get them at.
I'm Mr. Magazine. We got 500,000 items here, a big warehouse, 15 employees, and I think I've purchased things all over North America.
That is true. So take it away and show us some of the things you've gotten all over North America.
All right. This is an item. I hate dealing in electronics. Hate them. Don't know if they work. I got to test them. You ship them, they get damaged in shipping. But this came from my house. So if you ever need some extra money, just look around your house. You can pick up some sneakers, some clothing, whatever. So the PlayStation 5 came out. My kid wanted it. I said, well, let's sell our PlayStation 4. We wiped the hard drive, and it sold for $300.
And that's probably a really good point. Make sure you wipe the hard drive.
Yeah, I was not aware of that. And then I had another employee said, you better wipe it. And I said, I don't know how. So he goes, let me take it home. He took it home, wiped it, and guess what?
Stole all the data.
Maybe. Good for him. It's all expired credit cards or maxed out credit cards anyways. But fortunately, I have another PlayStation 4 I'm going to give him Monday, and we'll wipe that one and put that on as well. So about $300 is a pretty solid price. I got to get a PlayStation 5 for my son now, but we'll wait till they come down in price.
What do they go for?
I think in the store it's $500, but they're still not available.
Oh.
So.
But if you got $300 out of this, even another one.
Yeah.
I mean, the two of them will pay for the upgrade.
Exactly, for sure.
So basically, you're saying if you've got something useless sitting around the house collecting dust, you can sell it online?
Unless it breathes and has.
Oh, because I was thinking somebody might want Random Neighborhood Kid as a doorstop.
Yeah.
He might make a fine doorstop.
Cigar Store Indian. All right, moving on. Let's see. So I gotta assume Keanu Reeves is always trending because he's always in a movie. So regardless, this went for $80.
Robert De Niro says he's in too many movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But,
Vogue
Kevin Bacon said he's really in too many. But
Vogue International, spring 2009 with Keanu Reeves and Terry Richardson.
Yeah. And you'll see Vogues around, but every now and then you might see a foreign one as well, and they definitely go for
$80.
Yeah,
nice.
Not too bad.
That's very
Can't
good.
argue with that. All right, PEM. These are larger scale trucks, die cast.
Now this is 164. Oh, it's 164.
Yeah, it's 164 for a truck, but it's maybe 12 inches
for
long.
a truck. That's
right.
big. Yep.
Like the Windrush trucks, that scale. But I bought at least a dozen of these from a guy a few years ago, all the same truck.
Oh, really?
And I said, I hate duplicates. What am I going to do with all these? And, I didn't know they were, pretty good. So I only paid them maybe $10 a piece. Come to find out, this particular version, titled Trick My Truck, I've sold them anywhere from $70 to $100. This one went for $85, I think.
So do you know what you're supposed to do with Trick My Truck? Is it something that you're supposed to add your own decals and stuff to? And it's kind of a.
It could be maybe they do tricks. I don't know. I don't think they really do tricks, but it's a Ryder truck and it's sold for $80. That's all I care about.
There you go. That's true. And where does it say Trick My Truck on it? Does it say that? Is that little sign?
On the box it says it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it says Ryder maybe underneath the Ryder logo there.
Okay.
But I'm down to maybe one or two left, so I've sold over a dozen of them. I think at some point
can't
over the
argue
last
with
quarter.
that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Rock Magazine. It's kind of an obscure title, harder to find, but this was a Janis Joplin memorial. This went for like $70.
And anything Janis Joplin definitely sells. So if you do see her out there, definitely do buy Janis Joplin items. They do sell. She has a cult following almost,
Sure.
I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next up, magazine mode here. Fresh magazine, tough to find. Janet Jackson, Randy Jackson. Yeah,
Wow.
$62. I think I had another one go for like $70. So
See, and those are important to make sure on any of the teen magazines, because this was aimed toward teenagers and
Right.
that sort of thing. Do make sure for completeness, because they may have done cutouts, they may have pulled posters out, anything at all like that.
Yeah.
They may have, for all you know, too, because they're teenage kids, they may grab their pen and cross somebody's face out and go, "You're terrible," or something like that.
Yeah.
You just never know. So they do go for good money, but definitely do check for condition issues on this sort of thing.
Any rap magazines are good, but this is a vintage one, so it's even better.
Yep.
And last up for me, I don't know what's going on with Sylvester Stallone, but I've sold a ton of these in the last couple of weeks. I bought two lots of these, one from the Ohio Hall and one from another customer. I must have had 100 of each of these at some point. And every time they sell, I relist. So I got one on eBay, one on Amazon. of each, and then I got lots of 2 on eBay, lots of 2 on Amazon, and I've been selling them all across the board. So I don't know what's going on with Sylvester Stallone, or maybe there's a new Rambo coming out. I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that may help it, but I get $25 a piece all day long for these. So if you see anything Rambo or Sylvester Stallone out there, I would grab them now.
And to let you know, these are out there because I've had both of those before, and I picked them up at a flea market before. So they definitely are out there. And the other thing, these tend to, for whatever reason, they must have done a warehouse find on these at some point because the ones that I find are in high grade as well.
For sure, yeah.
You tend not to find these beaten up. So I don't know if maybe these came out near the end of the Rambo run and they didn't sell very well and they just all hit some distributor somewhere and were found years later or something. But they are definitely out there.
Well, maybe guys collect Rambo but don't want to, sift through his sweaty body.
That could be it too. You just absolutely never know. It could be anything. First thing I have over here is, technically I guess it's made out of paper, so I guess I kept the Papergoy name. Once last week there was a decent looking estate sale. So I went to it, took some time off of work because I had some time to burn, and went to it. And walking through, I saw this for $1. Now, this is not usually what I buy.
Oh, wow.
But I just saw, by the way they looked, I said, in fact, I even pulled Random Neighborhood Kid aside because he's working on his license and he had the time off of school. So I said, yeah, you can drive over to the sale. So he drove over to the sale and we made it back. So that's always a positive. And I said, look at these. What year are these from? And he had no idea whatsoever. And I said, that's 1970s. That just screams 1970s. Dixie Cup lot of 24, 1971. Down in the bottom, it said it was Mod Swirl design. Now it's green, blue, yellow, 9-ounce cups.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing about it. Somebody purchased it at $21.21, free shipping.
Yeah.
I did I got home and was kind of excited about them because I thought they were pretty neat. I did a TerraPeak search on them, and somebody got $14 out of these in box.
Wow.
And I said, oh, geez, if they're only worth $14 in box, I probably overpaid. Should I have bought them? I'll just list them anyway because I got them. What else am I going to do with them? I guess I could use them.
Very cool.
And sure enough, I got $21. So I guess the funny thing is somebody had them in box and got less money than I got because they were willing to take less money.
Right.
You may end up finding it in box and ask $35 on it and get $35 out of it. You just never know. Yeah. And the fact that somebody else had one in box listed and I was able to find this at a sale for $1, they're out there. Just keep your eyes open. It just jumped out at me because it's just such a neat looking, nothing screams 1970s more than that. Next thing we have, I don't know, and you may have noticed this as well. Have royal things been moving?
Yeah, we have Queen. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the Queen stuff.
Yep. And the Majesty Magazine, July 1984, Princess Diana, Prince William, Prince Charles. And there he is right there, Prince William, right there on the cover when he was 2 years old. Yep.
Very cool.
But I've noticed that as well. A lot of the royal stuff is selling as well, which is good because I've been listing Queen Elizabeth stuff for years. So
it's gonna pay off someday.
Yes, they're going to. They are actually starting to sell now. I was the only person buying a lot of the royal stuff at the sales. They definitely are out there. And what you tend to find, again, like this, you will find regularly a few of the Princess Di things, the People magazine with her and that sort of thing, things after her death. You will find that. And those you'll find just in random collections. People will have saved the Princess Di one or this or that.
Right.
But when you do tend to find anything other than the common one or common ones, you tend to find a pile of them because people either liked the royalty or they didn't. So you'll get a bunch of different royal things on there.
His hair really hasn't changed, huh?
I may have a little less of it now.
Oh,
yeah, who am I to talk? Next thing we have over here is the Blazia Collection Costume Catalog 1990 Dancewear Ballet Fashion. So I was at a sale, and I took a lot of pictures out of this over here. These are just different dance clothes that were available. I was at a sale, and it was in the first room that I went into. They had a pile of these for $1 a piece. And I ended up buying them all. And then I got to this library that was packed full of stuff. And I said, why did I waste my time in that first room on stuff like this when there's old books galore in here? I mean, literally, it was a wall-to-wall shelving all the way around the room, filled from floor to ceiling with books.
Wow.
And, of course, I was wasting my time on stuff like this. And I was like, geez.
$26.
$26.
Doesn't look like a waste of time.
No, it didn't. I ended up giving a 21% offer off and got it. The person bought all 8 of them.
Nice.
So it was a $184 sale. You do see things like this. Now, I did purchase it in probably August or September of 2020. So it did take 6-7 months to sell, something or other like that.
Right.
But the person ended up buying all of them. And if I had been able to buy 20 more, they probably would have bought all 20 of them.
Right,
so
right.
Sometimes it does take the time to find the right buyer. But when they bought it, they ended up buying everything that I had. So
Sure.
when you do see the oddball catalogs like this, and it isn't like this is that old, it's 1990, which I guess
Right.
is 30 years old.
Yeah.
But still, it's something other that a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people would walk by this and nobody thought it was any good whatsoever, and then I ended up picking it up.
Sure.
Do you remember a BOLO or two ago what I had from Disneyland?
Oh, it was a bag, right?
Yep.
Yeah, a gift bag or a checkout
Yep.
bag. Yeah.
So when I got that, there was stuff inside that bag.
I remember you mentioning that.
Why? That just sold.
Oh,
so
very
this is all the stuff that was inside that bag. So it wound up being a pretty
Nice.
good deal because I bought a bag that nobody cared about, filled with stuff that nobody cared about, and I sold the stuff that nobody cared about as well as the bag.
What was the total for everything?
I think I took 16 or 17 on this, so I ended up getting $32 out of a bag with this stuff inside of it that I
Nice.
probably paid $1 for, if even that.
Yeah, right. Very cool.
Cannot argue with that whatsoever. Very happy to see it go. Now, the Disneyland Hotel, that stuff, things from there do sell. You will find postcards from there. Do keep your eyes open for it. Definitely do pick it up. There are entire websites on Disney postcards.
Mm-hmm.
You could go way down a rabbit hole checking Disney postcards up. The way I look at it is if you're paying 50 cents or less for a postcard of Disney, pick it up. What's the
Right, right.
you're not going to lose money on it. Let's put it that way. Worst case, you throw it together in a lot and sell it off
Right.
if it's not any good. Next item we have over here is Domestications wallpaper. Now, I did note this on our Instagram, so do check us out if you haven't already gone on Instagram, the $1 Million Peddlers on Instagram. I ended up picking this up at a church sale, but these are things that you can find all the time at thrift stores. And what it is it's wallpaper border, pre-pasted, new old stock with horses on it. I'm not sure if the person bought it to put it in their kid's room or what it is, but it's the border you put over the
Yeah.
top of the paint job or the wallpaper job that you already have up. But you find these all the time out there at the sales. Most thrift stores have this one area, one shelf or set of shelves that just has stuff. It's just the stuff that they don't know where else to put it.
Right.
So it's got the Trapper Keeper binders. It's got a couple of old Christmas ornaments that just kind of got thrown there because it's not Christmas anymore. They've got just anything they don't know. It's got ice cube trays. It's got just all kinds of bizarre things. Pencil erasers still on card. And these will be there as well. That usually is probably the first place that I go to in a thrift store because there are treasures hidden throughout there because nobody else bothers to go through it because it just looks like a mishmash of junk.
Right.
But you can get something like this for $1, $1.59, something like that. And if you can get $20 out of it, why not?
Awesome, yeah.
The next item we have over here, you can pronounce that if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. Kids are Katic?
That's,
I
as,
don't know.
that's as good as I can do.
Good luck on the next one.
Orias Rakatek. Oh, yeah. That was that was fun. 1974 Hungarian missiles book. Picked this up at a sale for $1. And the reason why I picked it up for $1 is because it's foreign language, and that scares a lot of people out. But with the trick that we showed you on the one video on how to use the Google Translate on your phone, you can tell what language it is, you can kind of tell what it's about, and it just has a lot of neat pictures in it, which was the main reason why I ended up listing it and buying it in the first place. I figured somebody out there is going to collect missiles and all that kind of thing, and it's neat. They don't have it for
Right.
their collection, I can guarantee you that. And I ended up getting the $20 out of it, so not bad for $1 on something or other that everybody else just passes by.
Right.
And the last thing we have over here, going a little bit vintage over here, but it's kind of a really, really neat item. It's
cool.
It's got some condition issues. It's missing a corner. It's got some small tears, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, I noted that little tape on back, et cetera, et cetera. But I did show both sides as well because it's got some neat ads on the back too, all from the Philadelphia area. But it's Ben's Orient Theater hand fan 1920s, Rudolph Valentino. And I don't know how well you can see this over here, but look how he spelled his name back then too. Rodolph Valentino. But I did it to Rudolph because that's the way everybody knows him. But then down below, I did also list all of the stars on it. I had no idea what it was worth. I couldn't find anything like that. I listed it at $62 and it got a bid at $62.
Cool.
Could have been a great deal. I don't even know, but I ended up getting in a box lot of stuff for nothing because everybody else walked by it because of the condition.
Cool.
But that 1920s, and I was just guessing on the 20s as well, just based off of who was on there. But stuff like that does sell. Early movie star stuff does always sell. And don't let conditions scare you away on that. The odds of having one of these in really high grade are really, really low to start with. So all of them out there are beat up anyway, so don't be afraid to buy one that's beat up. Hopefully this helps you some. Hopefully you're able to find some of the stuff out there. Do leave comments down below about if you do ever find anything that we show up here, if you got any good ideas out of it. We will see you next BOLO video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Wanna be